Hey guys, so today's video is going to be a little bit different. I'm actually gonna talk about the country which I'm living currently in, and that is the Netherlands. It is definitely a country which I had to get used to, but throughout the years that I'm living here, currently I'm living here for 2 years, um, I've definitely noticed stuff which I wish somebody would tell me before, but nobody did. So I think I will just like share it with you, kind of like my look on it, my kind of like what I think about it, if it's good, if it's not. There are some positive things, there are some kind of weird things which I don't understand about the culture, but it's okay. I really love this country, and it is one of my favorites that I've ever lived in. So yeah, let's get into it. So the first one, which everybody told me, like I asked people before this video, I asked them, tell me, I don't know, some things that you find weird about the Netherlands and nobody told you and you wish that they would tell you. And the first thing that everybody told me is that they don't have curtains, and that's so weird. That like your first floor, the window is like facing the main street, and nobody will have curtain. Like you can see into the room, and you can watch the TV with them, and it's just like incredible. I have like Italian boyfriend, and he was telling me like if that would happen in Italy, they would rob them. Like they would see the TV and they're like, oh yeah, yeah, we can just broke the window and we can break in. But here nobody even stops and look. Like when I came here the first time, I was like looking into every apartment. I was like, wow, this is pretty, like pretty sofa, pretty, I don't know. And it's like nobody, no, now even not even me. Sometimes I do look. Second thing, okay, so this is kind of interesting to me in a way, because in Slovakia, where I'm from, you cannot pay with a credit card unless it is above like 10 euros, or you cannot pay in a credit card with the credit card. Even like in some places it's not possible to pay with the credit card. So for me it was super weird that you come here on the market, which has like a stance, it's not even a normal shop, and you can pay like 1 euro with a card. You can pay like 50 cents with a card. It's like, it's really crazy. But this is, I think, kind of a cashless country which you can pay everything with. Okay, this is super funny because there are like vending machines outside, and you can buy hamburgers or hot dogs, and it's just like you take it out of a vending machine. Like you can take, for example, take Snickers, and you can just take a burger out of a vending machine, which is super weird. But I think it's like their national chain and everybody loves it here, so I'm just like, okay. Okay, this is kind of, I don't want to insult anybody who is Dutch and is watching this video, that I guess nobody. However, Dutch people definitely have weird humor. Like I would call it, I always make fun of it, that it's kind of like if you mix British with German, you put together and you have Dutch. So I think that's how it kind of is for me, or it's not always funny, it's kind of dry, and in a way you have to get used to it. Like I remember first time I came here, I like actually didn't know if it's joke or if they're serious. You know, it's kind of on the on the way. So definitely just like be prepared for the humor. This is like, I don't understand it. This is the thing that never amazes me. But you bike here a lot. I think that nobody need to tell you that, because this is a biking country. It also rains a lot in here. However, the wind is the thing that makes it all worse. Like I don't like anybody can tell me anything, but when the wind comes, it's just like crazy. There are like storms, windstorms with rain. And the wind is always against. Like I don't know how it is possible, but I think it's because this country is really flat. But yeah, it's always, the wind is always against. Due to this, like due to the weather and how much you have to buy, you have to it rains, it's not the good weather. Even when you have a cap, you know, like you cannot take an umbrella when you bike, it's kind of useless because like you will get wet anyways. But if you have a cap, like if you have a jacket, and even then, like you get still completely wet, like draining, dropping wet. And because of that, I actually stopped wearing makeup a lot, because it's just pointless. Because you bike, and then you get wet, the face gets wet, obviously, and all the makeup just like sinks into your neck. And I got it stuck on my on my like neckline, and I had to go to school, and I was just like, amazing. Yeah, they celebrated the birthday of the kings. It's called King's Day. I believe it's in the May. This year was obviously cancelled, but it is the biggest party of the year. Like I'm telling you, no matter who tells you otherwise, that's the biggest party. Everybody gets drunk. Even like the Dutchies get like they get crazy. They get really crazy when they drink, and everything is orange. Yeah, everybody has like Dutch flags. So it is something that I never experienced. There is like a bug on my window. It is something that I've never experienced, but it's fun night. It's kind of like a drinking weekend. You drink the all 3 days, and yeah, I think everybody enjoys it in a way, but then everybody kind of calms down. They're like, okay, let's get back to work. But though that weekend is definitely a lot of fun. The one thing that I'm really cautious about in my life, and just like generally, are any kind of drugs, substances, just like anything that can do something to me and I will not remember it, or I will get, you know, kind of crazy. So I'm trying to keep that in mind, and which is also super funny because I moved to the Netherlands, but like, what can I do, you know? It's had a good educational system. But I remember we went to the party. It was kind of, I don't know, it was some kind of club here in the Netherlands. And the first time, and my friends, they gave me this kind of like a balloon, and I saw somebody putting some gas behind the counter. Now, okay, this might sound a bit like over exaggerated, but when you see somebody putting a gas in a balloon, I freaked out. I was like, what the hell is this? Why are you giving me this? Do you want to like poison me? And they're like, no, 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 just like do, like, suck it. Suck it. And I was like, no, I'm not doing this, like, for sure. Now this is not for me, you know. I was like, I'm not good in drugs. I don't like like not being in control. They're like, just like take a bit, like it's okay, it's not gonna do anything to you. Like it took them probably like 10 minutes for me to just like try it a bit. And this is very popular all around the Netherlands, and it's basically like a gas that makes you a bit dizzy, I think, just for like few seconds. Kind of sometimes nice, but just like don't freak out. It's completely normal, like I did, and it was kind of embarrassing because people were just like, she's crazy, and then in my mind I was also like, I'm crazy. But yeah, just like keep that in mind that it's completely fine. And in here it's actually also, when you smell weed on the streets, for me it was definitely something that I had to get used to. And the next thing that I wanted to tell you about, that like people, they will never look at you how you look. It's so amazing to me, because for me, even when I went to the shop, you know, like grocery shop, people would like look if I would have like this kind of shirt, like baggy clothes, and I would look like a homeless. Here, whatever, that's your life, that's your choice, and you love it, you know. Somebody might even like it, but I go sometimes as a homeless when I have exams to the store and to just like buy something and go to Primark. Nobody even looks at you, you know. It's kind of just like it's your life, your choice. Like do whatever you suits you. Okay, like if you are going to move here and you're gonna look for accommodation, I would definitely recommend to look as soon as possible, because accommodation in the Netherlands in general, I think, it's so hard to find because it's such a small country, and it's so economically in such an economically well position that everybody wants to get in here. Like everybody wants to work here, everybody wants to study here, maybe even live just here. So it's everybody's looking, and the prices are high for the accommodation. And the next thing is something that we actually talked about few like last times about with my friends here in the Netherlands, that which is connected to what's happening right now with like Black Lives Matter movement and was happening in the US. And actually we were talking that the police and in general just like authorities are so down to earth in here that, for example, I got into some trouble. I think we were like 4 of us during quarantine, or like during the lockdown situation, in a park, and we were a group, and we actually were in one house. We lived in all in one house, so we were like, oh, it's like one household, so we are okay. And then the police came to us, and we told him our reasoning, and he was like, yeah, I understand, but you know, like, in this situation people are gonna see you and they're gonna be like, oh, we can also go all like outside as a group. So I think in this country it's like he didn't even fine us, he didn't do anything, he was just like, just don't do it because it's not good for the situation. You can reason your stuff with the police in this country, which is so amazing to me. And that's it for today's video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up and like. Wait, thumbs up and like are the same. Okay, so just like thumbs up and subscribe, and maybe leave a comment what you think about the Netherlands, if you ever lived here, and if you would maybe even move here. Okay, thanks a lot for watching.